this video, I'm going to show you 3 simple steps that will help you build a profitable Shopify dropshipping store without spending money on premium themes. Hey, what's going on? My name is George and welcome to another video. If this is your first time here and you want to learn how to build a successful Shopify dropshipping business, then start now by subscribing and clicking the bell so you don't miss anything. Before I get into the meat and potatoes of this video, I want to say that the reason I built a new store is because I actually sold my previous store, citycaps.co. So this was the logo of my store. I actually ordered a hat with this logo, being a bit sentimental here. If you want to hear the full story about how I sold this store for and how much I sold it for, then make sure to check out the other video on my YouTube channel. It's going to be the first link down in the description. Alright, so let's take a look at the new store I recently built. It's called turnshwifty.com. So what this store does, it turns people into cartoon characters. To be more specific, it turns people into Rick and Morty style characters. Customers upload their photos, choose the number of people, choose the picture style, and also choose which background they would like. Note that what they're buying is actually a digital illustration. We are not selling them any physical products, and that is the beauty of it. So let me give you an example of our profit margin. For example, we sell 2 people full body on a pre-made background for $69.95. It costs us to make this illustration only $10. So our profit margin is $60, which means that we can spend up to $60 on advertising to acquire a new customer profitably. We took inspiration for this store from turnyellow.com. We did not try and reinvent the wheel. Instead, we took an existing store that is proven to work and we remodeled it using a different theme. So if you want to build a store like this, all you have to do is find a store like turnyellow.com or any other store that you want to model, find a web developer on Fiverr or Upwork.com and submit a job request saying that you would like to recreate this exact store. You might be thinking, but that's going to cost so much. Let me share with you exactly how much I spent to build this exact store. To build turnshwifty.com, all I did was I went onto Fiverr and I looked for a web developer. I messaged them and I told them what exactly I wanted to do. And my instructions were really simple. I just told them, okay, I want this and this, but overall, my goal is to recreate this turnyellow.com, but with a different theme. The structure of the website needs to be like Turn Yellow, but the media is going to be different. Overall, I paid him $268 to build this store. Incredible, right? Alright, so let's imagine hypothetically that you went out and you built a store. What's next? The next thing that you want to do is you want to drive traffic. Because if no one is going to be visiting your website, no one is going to be buying from you. Now, which types of traffic can you do? You can do many different types of traffic, but in this video, we're going to focus on 2. Number 1, Facebook ads, and number 2, Google ads. You might be wondering which one is better for a beginner. Don't worry, I ran both of them for this exact store, and in this video, I'm actually going to share everything. I'm going to show you my Facebook ads manager, how much I spent, how much we generated back. I'm going to show you the Google ads, which ads we ran, basically everything you need to know to recreate this exact store and start running traffic successfully. Now, before I show you the ads and the targeting, I just want to quickly show you how much this store has generated so far. We launched the first Facebook ad on the 15th of August. The first sale came in on the 28th of August for $100. So far, the store has generated $8,000 the day I'm recording this video, which is the 13th of October. So it took us exactly 2 months to generate $8,000. The biggest day was $834 with 9 orders. Now, before I show you the ads and everything inside of Facebook, I just want to quickly give you a little preface. Everything was going very well with this store and we were actually becoming profitable. But then, one day, I wake up, I open my Facebook ads manager, and I find out that our ad account has been disabled. Cartoon Networks reported our ads for intellectual copyright violation. Now, before launching this store, we knew that this might happen and we knew this risk, but we still decided to take it. That's why we didn't use any cartoon characters, and that's why we didn't use any cartoon names. We tried appealing the decision with Facebook by saying that we did not violate any rights. We know the policies of Facebook, but that didn't work. To this day, I still don't know how turnyellow.com gets around this. If you know, then please let me know down in the comment section below. Alright, so let's jump into Facebook Ads Manager, and I'm going to show you exactly day by day from the day we launched the ads all the way until our account got disabled. Overall, I spent 6,850 euros on Facebook ads for a total ROAS of 0.79. The break-even ROAS is 1.2, meaning that we lost 81 cents on every euro invested into Facebook ads. So the overall loss is 2,800 euros. So my initial strategy with Facebook ads was to climb a ladder. Now, if you look at e-commerce from a bird's eye view, it can be summarized in a funnel, right? So the funnel is people who just notice your brand, and then they visit your website, they view the content, they add to cart, they initiate checkout, and then they purchase, right? So that's kind of the funnel. Now, if you reverse it, right, and have the purchase on top, then you can think of it as climbing the ladder. Now, if you studied a little bit about Facebook ads, you know that Facebook ads are very powerful, or at least people say that it's very powerful, and that if you have enough data, then you can optimize your campaigns very well, because Facebook is going to know who are the people that are interacting with your brand. And so the goal was to get 500 events on each step of the ladder. So the first step was to get 500 view contents, create a lookalike audience of those view content, and optimize for add to carts. Then get up to 500 add to carts, create a lookalike of add to carts, and then start optimizing for purchases. And then once we got 500 purchases, we create a lookalike of purchases, and then expand to the whole world. Okay, that was the strategy with Facebook ads. And so chronologically, this is the first campaign we started, and then we started climbing up. We started testing different things. This is when we started getting a couple of first purchases. The first small breakthrough came when I started testing other interests except for Rick and Morty. There were two things that triggered this decision. Number one, I broke down the data and saw that showing ads to women was getting me much cheaper data. And number two, since this business in the personalization niche, we were seeing the kind of pictures and the kind of descriptions people were submitting us. And we saw that a lot of our customers were women in a relationship who were buying this as a present for their boyfriends. This led me to an idea to target women only who are in a relationship and who like Rick and Morty. And guess what? It worked! It didn't work right away because it took some time for the campaigns to optimize, but looking back at it now, I spent 1,300 euros on this campaign only for a ROAS of 1.3, which is profitable. Then I took that campaign and I broke down the data even further, and this campaign was targeting women in the US, ages 18 to 24, in a relationship who like Rick and Morty, and I was only showing them ads on Instagram. This worked as well, and the overall ROAS is 1.6, although the campaign spent 250 euros only. You know how these gurus say that you need to spend money in order to make money? Well, this is true, and I actually experienced it firsthand. Once I had quite a bit of data, and once we spent around 5,000 euros on Facebook ads, that's when Facebook ads really started to show its full potential and its power. So a simple piece of advice I can give you if you want to learn Facebook ads is don't be afraid. And in order not to be afraid, you need to make sure that you have a proven offer to sell and you have good ads. Let me give you an example of what it means to have enough data and a good creative. Let's take a look at this campaign. This is the last campaign I created, and there is no surprise, it's called the Random Test Purchase Campaign. Look at the ROAS, 8.62. That's crazy. Yes, I know the campaign literally spends no money, but let's take a look at the targeting settings because this is what we are interested in. There is absolutely no targeting. Let me show you inside of the ad set. Look, there is no targeting, no age, no interest, nothing. I launched this campaign in the evening and I woke up with a sale the next morning. This shows just how powerful Facebook is when it has data to work with and when you have done your job of testing which creatives appeal the most to your audience. Now let me show you the actual ads or the creatives we did. But before I show you the ads, I just want to say something very, very important. In 2020 and moving on to 2021, Facebook ads is no longer about the audiences or the targeting or lookalike audiences. It's no longer about that. The single most important factor determining your success with Facebook ads, as I have figured out with this store and with just running it recently, are the creatives or the ads. You need to test as many creatives as you possibly can. This is the single most important thing. Make sure that you have original content and make sure you're testing all these different angles, because we didn't know that women in a relationship are going to be interested in this product. Because when we were doing our research, it showed us that 70% of males are interested in Rick and Morty. But as it turns out, males are interested, but they're not buying. It's actually their girlfriends who know that their partners are interested are going to place an order for a gift for their boyfriends. And we didn't know that until we started to test. And then when we started to test and we figured this out, that's when we started to cater or to create ads that are going to appeal the most to this audience. And just in a minute, I'm going to show you the actual ads that we were running for this audience. Remember, Facebook is a place where people go to consume content. They don't necessarily go there to buy things unless something triggers them to do so. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to interrupt people from watching their drunk friends from last night, and you're trying to get them to visit your website and give you money. That's a pretty hard task to do. And in order to do this, you need to create content that is going to hook them and then appeal to their desires or solve their problems. Take this quote from Sell Like Crazy. A transaction takes place where, in the mind of the consumer, the value of the solution you're selling outweighs the price you're asking. Trust me, if you test enough creative and spend enough money, Facebook is going to reward you with a good ROAS. You need to prove to Facebook that you are a legit business who makes people happy. If they get interrupted, visit and buy. If that whole process makes them happy, then Facebook is going to be happy. And if everyone is happy, then they are going to start giving you cheaper sales and better ROAS. So it all comes down to the basics. Are you offering a good product? Are you making your customers happy? If your answer is no to any of those questions, then you need to rethink of how you're doing business. Our customers were leaving us reviews and we're sending in emails saying things like, I absolutely love it, my partner is gonna love it, we're definitely going to be coming back for more. And this is exactly what you want to achieve. Once we figured out that women in a relationship are profitable for us, we created an ad to appeal to them specifically. So this was our best performing ad, and as you can see, it's very simple and just me talking to the camera, and then it's just a slideshow of our artwork. And this worked really well. You might be thinking to yourself, all right, so this George guy built a store, spent plenty of money on Facebook ads, and got his Facebook ad account disabled. How is this a profitable store? This is not what I came here for. And yes, you are partly right. We're no longer able to advertise with Facebook ads. However, there seems to be no problem with Google ads. I have an active campaign right now that is showing ads in the US for a keyword related to Rick and Morty yourself. And the good thing is that we've been getting good results with Google Ads too. So the total profit for 11 days from the 2nd till the 13th of October is $940. So what are my thoughts moving forward? Now, since I got a feel for Facebook ads, I am hooked. All I want to do now is just run Facebook ads and optimize and just, scale to the moon. Since we cannot run Facebook ads for TurnSwifty.com, that means that we will either sell or close the project. By the way, if you're interested in buying TurnSwifty.com, then make sure to drop me a DM on Instagram and we can talk more about it. The next project we are starting right now, and we actually already began working on it, is going to be very similar to TurnSwifty.com. However, this time we're going to avoid any cartoons so we don't get into trouble for intellectual copyright once we have invested a lot of money into Facebook ads and everything is working well. Now, if you enjoyed this video and you want to keep up to date with me and what I'm doing with e-commerce and dropshipping, then make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. And also, if you really like this video, then I would appreciate if you could turn that like button blue. And on this note, I want to thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.